Hi class, it's Mr. Lynch. Today I just want to talk briefly about a very important experiment that proved that light behaves like a wave. There was a lot of debate for a long time. What is the nature of light? And people knew how water waves behaved, and they knew how rope waves behaved, and they were beginning to figure out how sound waves behaved. But so they had a lot of evidence about waves and what waves do, but they weren't sure that light really was a wave. And so what Thomas Young did was he noted that waves diffract, which means that after a water wave, for example, goes through an opening, it will spread out after it goes through the opening. And so Thomas Young said, I can use that property and devise a way where I could have two waves go through two openings and have those waves constructively and destructively interfere. And in that way, he would prove by pretend this is light, by sending not only one light wave through a small opening, but having a second small opening and having light come through two openings. I'll show you a little picture of that. By having light come through two openings, these light waves would constructively and destructively overlap each other. And ultimately what it would create is a pattern of bright light, where the light was constructively interfering, and darkness right next to it, where the light was destructively interfering. So what you see here is constructive interference, then destructive, constructive, then destructive, and so forth. And so this experiment was very famous because it proved that that light behaves uh, like a wave. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Hold on. Sorry about that. So this is a very famous experiment that Thomas Young really put that issue to rest, where he proved that light behaves like a wave. So let me just show you a very brief video here, and I'll send you this video as a link as well, but let me just show it to you right now. And so what you can see here is, as those two separate waves that he was creating interfere with each other, you can see how right here we see destructive interference and destructive interference and destructive interference along these pathways. But here, along in this direction, you see constructive interference. You see the two waves supporting each other, and you have a larger wave. But here, we see an absence of a wave. We don't really see any wave because the two overlapping waves are destructively interfering. And that's exactly what Thomas Young saw when he performed this experiment with light. What he saw was that we saw a constructive interference with this bright line here and destructive interference with darkness. And this experiment, which simply used constructive and destructive interference, really definitively answered the question that light behaves like a wave. So take a look at the video that I'm attaching along with this, and then answer the questions. Have a great day. Thanks.